back to Kings of Influence. I am one half of half. I am the greatest way to end the world. I am one half of your hosting team, Ray William Johnson.
I'm the other half, Epic Lloyd, and it's Wednesday. It's just a little bit past noon. We're here every Wednesday, West Coast time, in the Kings of Influence podcast, and we're here to talk about some cool stuff that's going on the internet today.
That's right.
If you haven't yet figured it out, we're here every Wednesday at noon, but if you want to get a little reminder every week, you can text something. You can text the word Kings to the number 43506, and we'll send you a text to remind you. It's kind of like when my wife sends me a text to remind me, like, hey, we need to be at this thing tomorrow morning at 10, so don't stay out till 4 in the morning. It's like we're being like a little reminder for you. You know what I mean?
And then you get home at 5 in the morning and go, oh, wait, you texted me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we won't give you that after you fucked up talk, though.
Damn it. Well, all right, man, we got an interesting show for you guys today. We're going to talk about why everyone is mad at the YouTuber Lily Singh.
Uh-oh.
We're going to talk about some people who feel like Santa Claus should be gender neutral.
Oh, my God.
I know. We had another topic. Is it okay for a preacher to be rich?
Okay, I have major thoughts on that.
Yeah, a lot of people do. We're going to talk about flat earth theory because it came up last week, and I said I'd talk about it this week.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to talk about child predators and the app TIk Tok.
Jeez.
Should be
Is
a
it
good
bad
one.
I just had a really awful movie idea called Child Predator, and it was just like a little version of the Predator?
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's like a baby...
Yeah.
Or it's like it's like the Star Wars prequels where you get to watch, Darth Vader grow up. It's like that thing.
Yeah, it's like Anakin Predator.
Yeah, child predator. I love it.
God.
I love it.
Oh, gosh.
Well, then you can make an alien movie where the alien commits a lot of crimes, and we'll call it Illegal Alien.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Illegal Alien versus Child Predator.
It's on the boat without the right papers.
That's right, man. You have anything good going on this week other than Christmas?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's holidays. It's always weird being from a cold state and growing up in the cold and the snow. The holidays are a little different in LA just because it's like 60, 70 degrees out right now. I have Christmas lights on my palm tree out in the front yard. It's a little weird, but I still love Christmas. I don't love it quite as much when there's no snow. But I do love this part of the time of the year. And I am a Merry Christmas guy. I understand people wanting to say Happy Holidays and include everybody, and I respect that. But if you know me, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. Not because I'm trying to put it on you, but because I celebrate Christmas. And it means something to me. So that's why I say it.
I say Happy Birthmas. Just to get it all in one. Just in case I missed it. All of it. Happy Birthmas, Aka.
Yeah. Remember Happy Merry Wana Kwanzaa or whatever the hell that
hell is that?
That old Navy commercial where it was like everything. Happy Christmas Hana Kwanzaa. I think it was like the old marketing scheme.
Yeah, I don't.
It was awful.
I don't partake. I don't wear clothing.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Especially not by Old Navy.
No, I dress up. I put a t-shirt on to come to the podcast and a Santa hat.
And a Bah Humbug hat.
And I'll be damned if I'm not wearing any pants.
We should do that. We should do the No Pants podcast one day just to do it.
That's every day for me, buddy.
Hey, baby.
Every single day. Well, guys out there, I don't know if you celebrate Christmas or nothing, but Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa.
Merry Hanukkah.
You get into some of the foreign ones, and I don't.
Yeah.
Ramadan.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think for me, Christmas kind of got ruined when I realized it was like strategically placed at the end of the fiscal year to promote business.
Yeah.
That was like, all right, I'm out. I'm out on the whole religion thing. So
I love how American I just sounded. Well, the foreign versions, the Ramadan.
Yeah. The Bahama Mama.
And the Chwadaka.
No, but happy Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Hopefully you get to spend some time with the family. I do love that part about it. And are you asking for anything from Santa? Be honest.
It's not been my nicest year. I might be on his naughty list, man.
Oh, man. You do have a Bah Humbug hat again, I do.
Wow. This is the best Christmas hat here.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Probably A Christmas Story.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Classic.
I mean, look, Christmas is cool. I don't like to sit down and watch the movies as an adult. I find it really corny.
Yeah. I like the tradition. We have a family tradition of watching the Griswold Christmas Vacation.
That's a good one.
Every year we watch it. But my favorite Santa movie is Bad Santa for sure.
Yeah.
I think specifically for that reason because it's counter.
It's the anti Christmas
Santa
movie. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
They should have never made the second one.
Yeah, second one terrible?
Terrible. This is not what our podcast is about, but yes, Bad Santa 2 is a piece of shit.
Just review movies the whole time?
Bad Santa 2 is like a piece of shit in the dryer. It's just awful.
That's a pretty fresh concept.
Yeah.
A podcast about guys talk about movies.
Yeah, right.
Never been done.
Never, ever, ever.
Ever.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to our original podcast, Kings of Cinema.
So, let's talk about this whole Lily Singh thing. Singh thing. Let me start off. Okay, so Lily Singh is a YouTuber.
I know Lily. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know Lily.
Okay.
I think we've had one conversation in DMs a couple of years back, like one exchange of pleasantries. I don't really know her, so I don't really have a dog in this fight.
Right.
But she's been getting a lot of heat lately for two things. One, she took a break for mental health and then came back fairly soon.
To do merch and stuff?
I guess, merch and videos and stuff. And the other thing is she put up some tweets, which I'll get to in a second.
Oh, boy.
Criticizing this Forbes list of top 10 YouTubers who earn the most. I forget what the list is called.
Okay.
And she criticized it because the list didn't have any women on it. And she got a lot of shit for that. Top 10 highest paid YouTubers. That's what it is.
Okay.
So, first of all, how do you know Lily? What's your relationship?
Lily was in an epic rap battle. Lily played Wonder Woman. She played Wonder Woman when we did Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder. And she was lovely, and I loved every minute of working with her, and she was a great person. So I definitely have a dog in this race. I've found her to be nothing but positive and pleasant, and a lot of the criticism of her I've heard and listened to, and it might be factually accurate, some of the criticism, but I never find it to be accurate in spirit, in so much as everything I've ever seen her be criticized for was her trying to do something for the greater good of things. It was never just to be shitty. So I have a hard time listening to too much criticism about her. Like, she gives back more than most people in her position, I would say.
Well, she doesn't come across as a shitty person.
She's not at all.
But we can, but again, I don't know her personally. So we can take this point by point. So a while back, she put out a video saying that she was going to take a break from YouTube.
Yeah.
Due to her, I guess, concerns about her mental health. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing. So then she sort of disappears for a short period of time. I don't know, depending on what you call disappearing.
Right.
However you would consider that, but she stopped posting for a while, not just from YouTube, but from other platforms. And then she came back maybe a few weeks later, maybe a week later or whatever, was making some collaboration videos, was promoting some merchandise. And I guess that led people to believe she was leveraging the whole mental health issue to get views or notoriety or something like that.
I don't buy it.
I don't buy that either. As if,
like, none of your fucking business.
As if that wouldn't backfire.
Yeah.
As if people wouldn't go, hey, wait a minute, did you say you were going to take a break?
Yeah. Or maybe it was because she had a lot of people depending on her for these projects that were coming up, and she felt a sense of responsibility because she had made commitments, and maybe she just wanted to follow through on them. Maybe that's a little bit easier to believe.
Or maybe she only needed 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, for some, would she upload every day or something like that? Like 2 weeks, that's a good vacation, you know? It is a little bit much to say. I think if it was going to be 2 weeks, you would have just said, hey, I'm going to take a 2-week vacation.
Right.
That's a little bit different than saying a break from YouTube. But, like, also, it's none of your damn business, you know? Like, what? Get off my... I'm trying not to swear as much because it's Christmas. But, like, get off my dick, you know? Like, what... Who are these people who are criticizing her for these reasons, and what's the motivation there? Just to find something to bitch about?
Well, yeah, that's a whole subgenre on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Is YouTubers who shit on other YouTubers. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the world we're living in. And so, you know, you come across and also Twitter is a toxic cesspool of people who just want to trash things.
Yeah.
So you dip into these pools and you see these people really going after her, and you see her like defending herself.
Yeah.
And I don't buy into any of the criticism on this particular issue. Like, what am I supposed to do? Look at it and go, ugh, you mean she said she was taking time off and only took a little bit of time off?
Yeah.
What a biatch.
How dare you?
May she burn in hell.
You know, she's probably just trying to take advantage of the mental health crisis that's going on in the United States so she can garner new views and make more money that she can give to those kids that she always donates to in those starving countries.
You know,
like awful.
When I think of terrible people,
Right.
I think of like Hitler, Osama bin Laden, Lily Singh, who said she needed time off and only took a small amount of time off.
You know what? They should put her in jail and throw away the key.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh.
Gross.
Ugh. That's my favorite sound effect.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Gotta get that in at the end. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
You look, putting out content into the social media machine, the influencer machine, whether it be YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, it's like a maddening process.
Yeah,
And so if someone wants to explore the fact that they need time off, maybe it's only a few days, maybe it's a few months, then you got to let them do it. And if they change their mind in the middle of it, that is also fine. That doesn't mean you're trying to scam anyone.
Yeah. And people don't realize the cool thing about Lily is it looks like she's just making videos in her room.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of ways she is, but she's got a whole team built around her. So if you take a break, that means people are out of work to some extent too. And, you know, that's still her right to do that. But like, as a person who knows who she is, my guess would be like, she doesn't want those people to be out of work for that long. You know what I mean? And also if you set up a collab or some sort of big deal, those things get set up years in advance sometimes. And to just pull out of that, unprofessional and just not good business and not as easy as you might think.
Right.
So there's just a lot more things going on than you would probably guess in a situation like that.
And I don't know why when people do feel the need to guess, they always lean toward the negative. They never there's never this speculation of, oh, you know, she felt better and came back. It's like, no, she is trying to rip everyone off. She's a liar.
Yeah.
She's taking advantage of the mental health trend.
Yeah. Ugh. Like, no, she's not.
No, she's not. Get
That's
out of
the thing.
here.
You know what it is? It's negativity is addictive.
Yeah.
Being negative is an addictive thing because it gives you something to. You can like ever notice like people don't stand around and go, man, it is just a nice day out, and they all go, yeah, it's really nice.
Right.
If you stand next to somebody you've never met before and you say that, they'll think you're crazy. But if you go, dude, that homeless guy just asked me for money again, everybody goes like, yeah, he hit me up too. Everybody likes to bitch together.
Yeah.
It's an addictive thing about personalities that I think bleeds directly into the internet and feeds into the internet because it's so personless, not personless. It's so like there's such a wall between any actual person-to-person contact that people just want to fuel that like negative poo-poo flame. And I won't have it. I won't have it on the Kings of Influence podcast.
No poo-poo on YouTube.
No poo-poo on YouTube.
Yeah, and the problem with the whole YouTube aspect of it is that people are incentivized to be negative now.
Yeah.
Now if you make a video bitching about Lily, you're going to get views. And that it's drama and it drives all that. And I watched Lily's video, and it may be the first Lily video I've ever seen, but I watched her video where she said she was going to take a break. And it seemed very genuine.
Yeah. She didn't have like fake tears like all those apology videos always do. You know what I mean?
I just need some time off.
I'm so sorry.
I just want to step away for a second. And she's like drying her tears with like dollar bills.
Yeah. And then making sure it's the right take of the cry take.
Yeah, no, it didn't seem like that. But anyway, in that particular video, she gets very specific about how she likes to make a certain type of video, a certain type of content, and what's hot on the platform right now is not the type of content she likes to make. She doesn't like to do the drama thing, the sort of like fake docu series that is, that revolves around YouTube drama. That's not
positive.
Her thing, right? That's not her thing. So the irony of that is that sort of her saying that and taking time off and then coming back is feeding into that drama culture and people wanting to make videos trashing her. I probably watched 3 or 4 videos of people trying to explain this whole controversy.
They're just making up.
And they're all scumbags.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to attack anyone personally, but just these videos start out and they're like, Lily Singh is a terrible person. Like, all right, calm the hell down.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Why is she a terrible person? Oh, that bitch. Okay.
What is the basis
chill
of it?
out
It's that the basis is that she said she was going to take a break and then didn't break for long enough, and that so you're saying is they're accusing her of trying to. I'm just trying to get this straight. Trying to take advantage of the mental health crisis and then leverage it into a hot video
and get money. Yeah. So that's part of the criticism. The other thing is the tweets, which we can get into.
All right, let's get into.
Into the tweets. Okay. So Forbes put out this list, and it's the 10 highest paid YouTube stars in the world, and they sort of rank them, right?
Okay.
Now, on this list, you got a lot of video game guys, you got the Paul brothers, and you got a kid of the Ryan's Toy Reviews. I think he was the top guy.
That kid is crazy. Right?
Yeah, he's blown up. He's making all kinds of money. So and they sort of rank them, right? Now, some of the people you've heard of, like the Paul brothers, and some of them you haven't because they're deep into video game stuff, and you're not into that culture, and I'm not either.
I bet PewDiePie's on that list, though.
Yes. Yeah. I did see that name. So anyway, let me start off by saying this list is all based on speculation and a little bit of self-reporting. Forbes isn't looking at anyone's bank account.
Right.
They didn't go to anyone's Bank of America site.
That stuff's not public knowledge.
No, it's not public knowledge. They are just guessing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they put out this list, and this list has all these people on it, and every single person on the list is a male.
Great.
Now, according to Lily, last year, she was the only female on the list. And the year before that, it was about half male, half female. So you can see it trending more toward male. Now, this could be because females aren't making as much money on YouTube, or it could be that the people at Forbes are speculating in a certain way that just isn't hitting this demographic of female creators. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning it could be sinister, it could be malicious.
Good use of the word sinister, though. I like that.
Good, yeah. I shall keep the women off of this list. My plan is almost complete.
Yeah. That was Azrael.
Yeah, a little sidekick. Sidekick kind of like the little Jabba the Hutt guy.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, it could be something sinister or it could be total coincidence.
Right.
So Lily reads this and she's got some opinions on it. Let me find her effing tweets. Where you at, Lily? So she tweeted, she said, 2 years ago, it was almost even between male and female. Last year, it was just me, and this year, there are no females at all. Something I predicted in my Instagram caption last year. I'm concerned the digital space is going to repeat the mistakes of ancient industries. Hope I'm wrong. So she got a lot of shit for this tweet. So much that she had to respond. Said, I tweeted about seeing no women on the YouTubers Forbes list, and as a result, I received some angry tweets from men. Remind me why you are mad again. I'm not playing the gender card. I'm literally stating facts about results in an article. Let's do better. I'm not your enemy. So she clearly has some feminist leanings in her opinion about this issue.
I don't think that's feminist. I just think that's...
I mean, it's definitely feminist. It's feminist is not a bad thing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think, yeah. I think feminist, the word gets a bad rap.
I do too.
And that needs to be changed.
I do too.
Okay, keep going. Go on.
Well, that's all her tweets.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. So she started getting shit for that because people, I guess, assumed that she was upset that she wasn't on the list, which that doesn't seem to be the case.
No.
From what I can see, although maybe, but I don't really see that. I definitely don't think it's a good look when an influencer talks about money in a specific way, in certain ways. Like if I were advising a young influencer, I'd say, don't complain about money. Even if you're not rich, people think you're rich. So don't look like don't look like an asshole. You're opening yourself up for attack.
Got it. But this doesn't for me read as her talking about money. It reads more about her talking about a media outlet being more responsible about the stories they put out and having eyes on a more diverse group of people.
Yeah.
Because Lily's not only, a woman, but she's a woman of color.
She's a superwoman.
Yeah, exactly. So that it doesn't say to me, hey, you haven't even talked about these super rich girls or me as a rich girl. It's more about like, hey, man, when you put out these lists, half the population thinks that they don't have the ability to be in the top 10 when you have it listed as all dudes.
Right.
They don't see someone like them in that list. And if it's not accurate anyway, which we can prove because it's all speculation, then, maybe think about that. Maybe we can do better. Now, do I think that, I mean, if it just happened to be like the 10 top people had a hot year and made more money, like it's obvious the Paul brothers had a killer year. It's obvious that PewDiePie is going to be up there and Ninja and all these people. It's like, do you put someone who's, do you print something that's grossly inaccurate in support of trying to be more diverse? No, I wouldn't say that. But if it's close, do you try to get a more diverse people in there? Sure. Yeah. I don't know if that's a battle I would choose. I don't think I would go to battle with Forbes. I'm not reading Forbes. People that I think listen to me aren't really reading Forbes. So I don't really give a shit. But it doesn't seem out of line to like check somebody. She's probably got probably more people listen to her than read Forbes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, it's also no coincidence that everyone on the list, or so it appears, either talks about money in some way or flashes their money in some way or puts out PR statements about their money in some way or has in the past, including the Paul brothers, including Ryan's toy review, which I read about the money that kid makes a while back. Ninja put out that press release stating that he made all that money.
Yeah. Maybe Forbes is like promoting people that are good for Forbes.
It's not that. It's that's how Forbes is gathering this information. They're like, well, we know who makes a lot of money because, they talk about it. What about the people who haven't talked about it?
Well, you can dig up YouTube analytics and find approximately how much people make off at least their YouTube channels. So that might be one.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. It's really not that accurate.
Like, have you seen, if you look on Social Blade, it's like, this channel makes anywhere from $10,000 to $400,000 a month.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
I would hope that if you're Forbes, you do a little bit of homework and dig a little deeper than Social Blade. You know what I mean? I imagine there's got to be ways.
Yeah, but there's also more revenue streams than just YouTube.
Of course.
You've got, merchandise, which I assume the Paul brothers kill it on merchandise.
And merchandise is a really high profit thing. Like, I feel like it's a tough entry level to get in, but once you cross a certain mark, it's like really, like, retail is really profitable.
Right. But what about the makeup guru who sells a shitload of makeup?
Yeah.
And doesn't talk about or portray in any way how much money she makes?
Yeah, that's why I say
those people are left off the list.
I know, and it's sort of like a lose-lose situation, because then if you do so in order to get on this list, you have to sort of brag about money, but that means you have to brag about money, which is a bad look for you. So it's either you get left off the list or you brag about money. And that's why it's not a battle I would pick. Like, I don't give a shit about a Forbes top 10 list. I wonder why. I think maybe because she was in the list previously last year, she feels maybe connected to it. Like, shit, I put my name on this by deciding to be a part of this. Now it's this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, maybe that's why she felt like she needed to say something. That's all I can think. That's the only reason I could think.
I just want to say that we talk about bragging about money, and not everyone on the Forbes list has bragged about money. Sometimes it's a PR statement. Sometimes you're working underneath a company who kind of wants to talk about it because it makes their company look good. Mm-hmm. It's also self-reporting. Like, some of these guys could be totally bullshitting. Yeah. Like, I don't know if they are. I mean, but they could, Donald Trump reportedly used to lie and get his name higher up on that list every year.
It's just like, they didn't say anything about me. This hat costs $67,000. Like, I'm just chilling here.
It's a Prada Santa hat. Santa by Prada.
It's a Prancer.
Prancer.
Hats by Prancer.
Nice.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, what else? What else?
What else? Are you done with this topic?
No, I don't know. She's just too good of a person to start shit about. Like, half the stuff on her channel is like her flying to Africa and India, and like she's got like all these children around her, and all these stuff that she donates, and all this girl power stuff. It's like, why? And it's fucking Christmas, man. Like, what the hell?
Well,
I just have a hard time like fueling that fire of like, there's no reason for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know her, but from what I can tell from some of her content and all that, she seems like an entertainer, a personality who is very diverse and also very talented and also very passionate. And I guarantee you, she is going to have, her career is going to span a lot longer of a timeline than anyone who's bitching about her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And if the people are actually trying to be YouTubers who are bitching about her,
yeah,
that's a death trap. No one's going to want to work with that person. You know what I mean? Like YouTube is a collaborative platform in a lot of ways. And so, I mean, look at Lily. She does the 12 collabs of Christmas every year or whatever. Like she does all these things. If you're a YouTuber who like makes videos that like shits on other YouTubers like habitually, who's going to want to work with you?
Yeah, I don't know about the longevity of all that negativity. I always assume it doesn't last that long, but I honestly don't know.
I don't think it lasts that. Yeah, I think it burns out. I think it's a young man's game. You know, I think it's like I think people get too old for that because it seeps into you, and like you don't want to wake up in the morning and be like, "What can I find wrong with today?" I think that gives you cancer. I really do. I think guilt and like embodied negativity gives you cancer and eats you alive from the inside out.
They should put a disclaimer on the YouTube comments section before anyone types that says, talking trash may cause cancer.
All right.
It's like a Surgeon General's warning.
The state of California has determined that talking trash might cause cancer and eat you from the inside out.
And that bitching about things that don't matter may lead to melanoma.
Yeah. And coal for Christmas. You're getting coal in your stocking, negative nannies.
Also, we're telling Santa.
Yes. Yes. Jeez.
Woo. All right, man. Well, speaking of Santa, let's talk about this whole gender-neutral Santa Claus thing. Because there's a company called Graphic Springs, and they did a little survey. And, the results of the survey could be absolute garbage. It's probably not representative, but it's fun to talk about.
Right.
So they asked people in the United States and the UK if they would want, like, any changes in Santa Claus. And they'd ask them things like, would you want Santa Claus to be a woman? Would you want Santa Claus to be gender neutral? So 10% of the respondents said that they would want Santa Claus to be a woman. 17% of the respondents said that they would want Santa Claus to be gender neutral.
I'm going to pick this survey apart, man.
Is this where we're headed?
Yeah. Who are the people? What's the cross section of people that you're asking?
Right. Is it a representative sample? That's what I'm saying. And I doubt it.
Yeah. No way.
I doubt it.
They did that at Whole Foods.
On college campuses, at Whole Foods, at Tom's Shoes.
Yeah, dude. Come on. Like, just make another one. Just make another thing. Make up another thing and let that catch on. Don't change the old thing. It's a thing.
Santa 2.0?
Yeah. Or like, Santa's little helper or something like that. It just...
What about Mrs. Claus?
Yeah, I like Mrs. Claus. Let her take over a year. Give Santa a break. He's probably tired anyways.
I think they should divide and conquer the Mrs. Santa and Mrs. Claus. Like, he should take half the houses on the earth. She could take the other half.
Yeah.
And they would cover more ground.
They would easily do things in half the time. We could have Christmas twice.
I was just going to say that. We could have 2 Christmases.
There we go. Yeah. Santa Claus is a character. He is a person. It makes it seem like it's bad to be a man. You know what I mean?
How dare your penis?
Yeah, it makes it seem like, oh shit, nothing good it can be one thing. It has to be everything. And it's like, no, it's a one thing. That's why it got popular, So I don't know. Let's just create another character. Why not?
Well, sometimes in fiction they'll change the race of a character or something, and it tends to work out.
Yeah, in comic books they do that all the time. You get brought up that example of
Nick Fury.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Samuel Jackson.
I never even knew he was white in the comics.
And he had hair.
Yeah, I assumed he was just Samuel L. Jackson the whole time.
No. He used to be a white guy. It was Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. And it was like a war comic.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And then, it evolved over years.
Yeah.
And now he's Samuel L. Jackson with an eye patch. It happens.
I mean, it's like, how are you going to how do you get every single person on the planet to simultaneously agree to that change? How do you do that?
Well, because it's an evolution. That's why. It's a slow evolution.
Yeah.
So
gender neutral though? What?
So next year Santa would have a shorter beard, right? And then the year after that he'd have like a goatee. And then a year after that, he's got, his hair's, he's got hippie hair. It's a little long, but no beard at all. Right? And he's got little man tits.
Hipster Santa?
Yeah, he's just like slowly changing.
He's losing weight. He's hitting the gym.
Right. And he suddenly he becomes androgynous, and he's got that that weird alter sort of androgynous voice, like, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. And we don't say ho anymore because
it's
it's insulting to sex workers.
Oh God.
Sex worker, sex worker, sex worker.
But you got to do it in the voice where no one knows if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah. Just put one of those things like ho, ho, ho.
Oh God. But so Santa Claus, although Santa Claus is fictional now, Santa Claus is actually based on a real guy.
Yeah, Saint Nicholas.
Yeah, Saint Nicholas. He was a Catholic saint from the 3rd century. So I had to look all this stuff up. He was actually a bishop of Myra, and which is
Myra. Where is that? Italy.
It's what is now Turkey, but it was a Roman town in what is now Turkey.
Okay.
And he was a bishop, which is he's the red coat he's wearing is actually it was a bishop's coat.
Huh. Okay.
And so what he did, he was known for helping out the poor. He would always give toys and things to kids, and so around pre-Christmas time, around that time, whatever time, I guess the solstice, the kids would leave their shoes out, and he would fill them with toys and little treats and coins and stuff.
What a nice guy!
Yeah, and sometimes the kids would put hay and carrots in the shoes so that he could give it to his horse.
Ah, see, that's so adorable.
No, it's a cool story, and now it's caught on in lore, and now you've got Santa Claus. He lives in the North Pole. He has slave labor from the elf making toys.
Coca-Cola made it a marketable thing. Coca-Cola is largely attributed to the red and white theme of Santa and his outfit. It was green for a lot of the print ads and stuff like that before then.
It was green?
Yeah.
He was green?
No. Yeah, it was just the Grinch. No, it was his outfit wasn't like that red and white. It wasn't this at all. This is attributed to Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was they put him on their ads, and Coca-Cola's white and red and stuff. It's a thing. Coca-Cola has a hand in Christmas.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also knew that the lore of Saint Nicholas changed during the Protestant Reformation, in which the Protestants came in. They wanted to change everything. But even after he died, he was celebrated for a really long time. Good guy, nice, Santa Claus.
Dude. You don't hear a lot about bishops back in the day doing much good.
No.
They're always awful people torturing other people, trying to convert them and buy.
Maybe he wasn't a good dude. Yeah. Maybe he
you never know.
Maybe he hung out with those kids.
Oh, stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop it.
Hey kid, I got a toy for you.
Yeah. Child predator.
Give me your shoe.
Oh, no.
I don't even know where that's headed.
But it's freezing, Santa.
Give me your damn shoe.
But
Leave your socks on.
My little toes. Unmonetized.
Come here and sit on my knee. Demonetized. And we're off the air.
Done. Well, so they're trying to make them gender, I don't even understand what that would be. Gender neutral.
Yeah.
So asexual?
Well, asexual and gender neutral is not the same thing. But I don't know if that means androgynous, you can't tell what he is by looking at him, or maybe he's one of those cartoon characters where you don't really know.
Right, like Tom. No, right, but they have no pants on, but you can't see their junk.
like Tom and Jerry.
Right.
We assume they're dudes. They might. No, they're dudes because they meet the chicks.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
And their names are Tom and Jerry.
Marvin the Martian. No, his name's Marvin. Damn it, I'm losing this one. What cartoon characers are androgynous? No, they all have gender.
No,
there's Daisy Duck. She's a female, so Donald's a man.
Santa's a man. Let him be a man. Just let him be a man.
Let him be a manly man.
That's all we want. Can't you just let us have this one thing?
Let's make him, I think, lean into the manliness. Like he's buffer.
Right. Give him a tattoo.
He's chopping wood.
Yeah. Let's give him a cigar.
He's pulling his own sleigh.
Oh.
That's how manly he is.
Yeah.
On some ropes.
Santa Claus, mother.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. I don't think they should lean into the man thing, but if you want a more diverse cast of Christmas, bring Mrs. Claus forward a little bit more. She's an interesting character.
She is. Empower her. Get her some like a superhero, when they make like Batgirl or whatever, and then they have their own show. I never like it when the chick version is like the sidekick, like sort of spin-off, but when they elevate them to have their own thing, that's always better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's a really good character, and maybe Mrs. Claus could be that.
Yeah.
I think.
You go, Mrs.
Like,
Claus.
I want to know a lot about, like, where does she even meet a guy like Santa?
Is she going to hyphenate her last name, though? It's like Mrs. Claus hyphen Smith.
Mrs. Claus Smith.
Yeah, I guess.
What is her first name? How did they meet? There aren't people in the North Pole.
Yeah, what's the story?
Did the elves set him up?
Ask Tim Allen.
Was he delivering presents and saw her sleeping and was like, yo,
it was.
I gotta smash that.
They met on the dating app Tinsel.
Yes.
Zing!
Yes, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Exactly. And or it was it like the elves was like, yo Santa, I got this chick you need to meet. She is also round and jolly.
Oh, I don't know. I think I put on a couple pounds. What do I really have to offer?
No, man, she's like, she's into it. She's into toys.
Oh yeah?
She said she's got some toys in her nightstand drawer. I don't know what that was all about, but it's an adult who plays with toys.
Hit me with those digits.
She said she's not allergic to reindeer like that last biatch.
I have a reindeer allergy.
Right.
Oh man, yeah. I would advocate that Mrs. Claus takes over for 1 year. See,
1 whole year?
1 whole year.
She's like the understudy?
Yeah.
The backup?
Yeah. She's gonna do it. I bet she does a great job.
She'll kill it.
I bet she does a great job.
She'll kill it.
Crushing it.
There's like, or maybe not. Maybe it's a disaster, and we all realize that we need a man in that spot. There's like Christmas presents stuck in the chimney.
Right, they're all over the place, different houses. I imagine the first year, the learning curve is just immense.
Oh,
How do you keep all those zip codes together?
Right. There's reindeer tracks on your roof. There's money missing from the dresser.
Yeah.
What is she doing?
We're ruining some kids' ideas of Christmas right now. Just wrecking it.
That child audience, that child demographic, those preschoolers that listen.
Hey, we're gonna open some presents. No, we're not.
No. Negative. Okay. Is it okay for a preacher to be rich?
That's a good question. Yes.
Let's just marinate on it.
Yes. Depends on. Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It's okay for them to be rich. I'll say it's not okay for them to make their money off their people that they're preaching to. Like if you're like just an independently wealthy guy who like handles his money like in real estate or whatever, and then you're a preacher, I'm okay with that. But if you're fundraising and making money off of your following in like one of these mega churches or whatever, that doesn't. There's no. There should be like the president. There's like a salary cap to how much you can make. I think, what is it for the president? $200,000.
I think it's 400 now.
Is it?
I think so.
Inflation. But
how are you gonna live off $200,000? Like some kind of damn refugee.
Squalor.
Gross.
Like what kind of robes do you wear when you preach? I mean, gross.
You can't buy arugula with that kind of money.
Yeah, there should be a cap of like if you're a preacher and you have a Patreon page, like you need to reconsider your.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, I hope not.
That's not a thing.
I hope not. Yeah. Wow. What's going on?
Okay, so there was this pastor named John Gray. He preaches at a mega church in South Carolina.
Mega church.
So this guy also writes books. He also has some kind of reality show on Oprah's network that's in its like 4th season. So he does make some money somewhat independently of the money donated to the church.
Right.
Right? Now, He bought his wife
Oh man.
a $200,000 Lamborghini. And these clowns are going to go ahead and celebrate it and post it on social media.
These clowns.
Yes. These clowns. Because they wouldn't be going through any of this if they had not bragged about it.
Yeah.
And now he's in a lot of hot water.
Oh, good. Burn.
Because people are like, what are you doing, man? What kind of life are you living? And so their reply is like, look, this isn't church money. You know, I write best-selling books and I...
Yeah, but because you're popular from freaking church.
Yeah.
They're not separate. I mean, what is he talking about? Is he talking about how to play poker in those books, or is he talking about how to live your life?
Right, he's talking about how to live, I guess, a Jesus-filled Lamborghini driving life.
Jeez.
He also has been known to be a little flashy, wears $9,000 Rolex, that kind of stuff.
I don't know, man. I can't get behind that. The optics on that are just awful.
It's bad.
It's awful. I think I'm with the monster that is the people on this one.
It is bad. Well, that's weird because you just said if he makes his money independently.
Yeah, but like not by writing a book about the thing you're preaching about. That's different. Like
yeah.
if he like say he I don't know, say he was let's just say a carpenter, which would be very
so to speak,
fitting.
Right? Okay.
If he's like working on the side at his carpentry job and then preaching on the side, at church, I don't care how much money you make as a carpenter. You know what I mean? I guess it's one's going to affect the other because you'll get more popular from one thing. But that's very easy to connect a book and like a touring deal and a TV show where you're like preaching on TV. Like that's all the same stuff. That's all you using people's faith. I should say it like this.
Right.
I don't think you should be able to profit off of people's faith in so much as being like, I'm going to use this belief that you have and leverage it to make me money. That's what I think is bad.
Well, I don't mind them making money. I do mind them being flashy with it.
I agree.
I think the optics of it are really bad because when you're a preacher, I'm not even religious at all, but when you're a preacher, you are illustrating a lifestyle for these people. You are not literally, no, not literally, a shepherd leading the flock.
Yes.
So you are the example. And I don't put a lot of people in sort of example roles because not everyone asks for it. But I put politicians in example roles like, hey, buddy, you got to be an example.
Yeah.
You were elected. And I would also put religious leaders and preachers as an example.
Yes.
Brother, you are telling people how to live their life.
You are a leader.
Yeah.
You're the leader of a leader should be an example. The only people I don't think there's always the argument of like the athletes are athletes examples. It's like, well, are they leaders? Yes. But they're involuntarily they're leaders.
Right.
But like when you're being the leader of a church on purpose, then yeah, you're an example. Of course you're an example.
Well, athletes aren't looking at people and going, let me tell you how to live your life.
Right, exactly.
Let me tell you the right way to do things.
Yeah.
If you are in that position and you are telling people the right way to do things, then you have to also do the right thing. Also, there's something about you project this piety, like projecting a religious lifestyle and projecting being rich just do not mix.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They don't quite
It's pride.
fit.
It's like one of the deadly sins or whatever. Like it's like it's pride. It's to me the only good part about religion for me is the act of being selfless and doing unto others and giving of yourself. And I'm not religious at all either, but that tenet applies to lots of things, and I think it's a good part of being religious. Being rich and flashing your money around when you're in a community where I'm sure there's tons of people without a lot of money, that doesn't jive. It doesn't work. Being an example and being like, you can work really hard and make lots of money. That's fine. But you're working really hard based off of people believing in you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, and money and power corrupts. Inevitably it corrupts. So I wouldn't expect to see that guy up at the pearly gates with any kind of checklist.
He crashes through those gates in his Lamborghini.
Pearl my ass. I got those platinum gates.
I'm so glad that I am in a relationship with Red Kelly, a woman who, if I bought her a $200,000 Lamborghini, she would look at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not driving this.
We can't put the dogs in that.
People are going to, like I don't, want to be that flashy. I don't want everyone looking at me.
It's embarrassing.
It's such a waste of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Like she would probably chastise me in a polite way because she's really sweet.
Yeah.
For doing something like that. Like what are you 19 years old? When have Lamborghinis been cool? Yeah. And this guy is I don't know his age, but I saw his videos about it because he keeps standing up for himself.
Yeah.
Of course, and posting videos on it. And he looks at me easily in his 40s.
Right.
Why are you driving? You're in your 40s. Why do you need a Lamborghini?
Well, isn't that when people get Lamborghinis though, like that midlife crisis kind of thing?
Well, it's for his wife, so it's her. But I would just want your wife to say, "Hey, what? Yeah. I don't need this."
See, Josie would laugh me out of the house
because she's a good person.
Yeah,
she's a good person, and say, and then on top of that, what Josie also wouldn't do is she wouldn't be like, let's put this on Instagram.
Yeah, she'd be like, get that thing away from me. It's gonna get wrecked on the first speed bump that you hit. Like, how do those things that like hit a speed bump and just teeter like this?
Exactly.
Oh my god, they look ridiculous. They're always like neon green or like purple. And like those things want to drive 180 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Those things driving 60 miles an hour look weird. It's like I live on a street that's really long and flat and wide. And there happens to be like a exotic car dealership like 3 blocks up. And they always test drive it on my street and they like fly down this street. And then when they turn them around and drive them like a normal speed, they look like they're crawling. They just look odd. Side note, I pulled the most old man dad thing ever. They flew down the street once and I got my camera out. I was like, took a picture of him like, now I gotcha. It was like, it was so dad.
I'm reporting you to the authorities.
Now I gotcha.
Damn kids.
No, I know. It was awful. It was loud though, damn it. It was loud. I have dogs, they go crazy nuts. Bah humbug in your Lamborghinis.
I have so I just bought this new house and there's no house in the lot. Like I'm on the end of the street, so there's no house in the lot next to me. It's a park. And so what will happen is these cars at night will come up and park on the street outside of that park and kind of line up. And they'll just sit in their car.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, except when you're living there, your brain goes in all kinds of directions. Are they hooking up in there? Are they doing drugs? Are they dealing? Are they getting drunk? What's happening? And I still haven't quite figured it out. Although Kelly did approach one of the people in one of the cars one night and was like, "What the hell are you people doing in here?"
Wow, what'd they say?
It was just one guy, and he was like, "Oh, we just he was in high school, and he's like, we just come over here and park because no one bothers us."
We just look at the view.
Yeah, they definitely smoke weed down there.
Yeah.
Because they probably all live with their parents. But my point is, that turned me into the most crotchety old man.
Yeah, right.
God, you damn kids, stop parking on it. And I don't know what they're doing, but it definitely bothers me. They also throw their trash out.
That I hate.
They throw their trash out a lot. One got out and pissed the other night. It was a girl. And
are you just spying on these people?
Like clearly drunk. Yes.
Kelly, we got a floor seater out here now.
It's not that. It's that I have a balcony and I can look right down on them.
You should get a megaphone and just have fun with these people.
Here's what I did. I'm way ahead of you. I bought one of those spotlights that people use to hunt deer. Yeah, like a bat signal without the signal. And so if they get out and pee, I can put that spotlight on them. Problem is, they don't usually get out of their car. And one night, a guy did get out of his car, and I was like, "Sweet!" And I hit him with that spotlight, and he just looked up and like waved, and kind of kept going on about his business. I was like, "Well, this doesn't work at all." I thought
these kids are incredulous.
Well, it's because I don't think most of them are doing anything that's necessarily illegal. They're just being annoying. If they were doing illegal stuff, and I hit them with that spotlight, they would be paranoid and they would leave.
So there's a park. Is it overlooking something? Is it like a parking lot?
Yeah.
Is it just a side of the road?
It's the side of a street.
I got it.
And it's a hill, so yeah, you can kind of see the city from the hill.
So some kids are gonna get busy in there, baby.
They definitely do.
Somebody's going to third base.
Well, but they're parked outside my house, and David, get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn! God darn it! Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah. I wanted to know, is there a picture of this Lamborghini guy before we move on? Do we have a photo?
I don't have a photo, but there are definitely pictures of him online.
Lamborghini
named John Gray, Pastor John Gray. Why? Do you want to see?
I kind of.
He's like a black guy, probably in his 40s.
Yeah. just posting photos of a Lamborghini, man. No, come on, John Gray.
Did you
get it together?
Like, here's the. I read the story before I saw his picture, and maybe it's the racist in me. But in my head, because you kind of picture a subject of a story in your head. I had pictured like a heavier black guy.
No, see, I pictured a white guy, like a Jimmy Swaggart kind of a guy,
okay,
like one of those old school TV pastor guys. That's what I pictured.
Well, so the word pastor makes me think of a black church, and I think that maybe that's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
But again, that's the racism.
Oh, there he is. He kind of looks like there's that rapper guy. I can't remember his name. Shit.
CeeLo?
Maybe a little bit.
CeeLo's not really much of a rapper, but
yeah, man, yeah, you can't do it. Bad optics, bro. Figure it out.
Well,
donate that money to somebody else.
I agree, and he's still defending himself.
Or just retire as a pastor, but then also give all that money back.
Just get an average car.
A nice, sensible Subaru.
Yeah,
something.
If I bought that car for Kelly, she would be like, "What are you cheating on me?"
Right? You're trying to like, hey, look over here. What's going on over here?
Exactly. What the hell are you doing? So I got a little game we can play, bro.
Okay.
There it is.
It's always good.
Yeah, it's a good time. So, guys, you guys know this game. This is a game called Stoner Thoughts. It's kind of a take on shower thoughts. These are these posts that people post all over the internet.
Play along at home.
Play along at home if you have your own stoner thoughts or whatever, shower thoughts.
Yeah.
And let's do it. I'm not on my game today. What the fuck is my problem?
It's almost Christmas, right?
Is that what it
Give
is?
yourself a break.
Is that what it is?
It's tired.
I need a mental health break, sir.
We do. We do need a mental health break.
Exactly.
We should get a hot tub.
Together?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was in until you said no.
All right.
All right, let's do this. Oh. There we go. There are some people out there whose thumbs have probably traveled more miles through scrolling on their phone than their feet have actually walked. Whoa. I go through days where I am that guy.
Where do you, are you in bed? Are you on the couch? Where do you nest?
Anywhere. I mean, I have a regular place where I would do my scrolling, but yeah, I would say on like some sick days or some hungover days.
Yeah.
Where my thumbs have scrolled further than I actually walked.
Me too. I find myself looking down naturally. Like in the shower or like when I first wake up, I'm looking at the floor. I have to like consciously make myself look up. I feel like we're like devolving, like we went from monkeys crouched over and then we standing up and now we're going back down to it's like I hate that about my phone.
It's a regular stretch for me to lean back and do that and stretch your neck out.
Feels good.
Maybe we're all going to evolve and have like 6 double chins.
I think it's going to be like all those guys in WALL-E, like just giant blob people with a screen in front of our face and we never really have to walk anywhere.
I hope so.
It's all over, man.
That's amazing.
Game over, man.
Game over, bro.
All right, what else?
Stoner Thoughts.
If bed bugs are named bed bugs because they inhabit our beds, then why the actual fuck did cockroaches get named cockroach?
Whoa! I will say I'm very happy it's not an accurate name because I don't want that threat anywhere near my junk.
A junk bug.
A junk bug.
Oh, God, that would... Talk about, like, a thing we would cure immediately.
Yeah, just focus on that immediately. All of it, like, F armed forces, let's get these junk bugs done.
All the money from cancer would be, allocated toward this junk bug.
Yeah. Testicle, fly.
Right. Well, it's one of those things, like, because, this whole idea of the patriarch gets a lot of hate and stuff like that. But on some level, it's true. When you think about how quickly we came up with a boner pill.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why they don't have a hair loss pill yet, though. That works.
I know, but there's all kinds of, like, treatments for it. And all kinds of stuff. And, like, all kinds of snake oil to make your junk bigger.
Yeah.
And all the ads on porn sites, so I'm told,
alleged,
are like, hey, here's how to make your junk look bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes when a guy gets his mindset on something, he can be very useful for civilization.
Oh, yeah. We need to solve this problem immediately.
Now.
Right now. Urgent.
Stoner Thoughts.
People say dogs are more loyal, but cats don't tell police where the drugs are hidden. Whoa.
Yeah. A cat, a sniffing. Like I would take my cat on the plane just to even things out. It really annoys me when people, this has had nothing to do with drug dogs, but it really annoys me when people like put that thing on their dog that says they're like their companion so they don't have to pay to ship the dog, or they don't have to pay to like whatever it takes to actually be responsible as a dog owner and do what you're supposed to do with the damn thing. Or they'll just like inconvenience everybody else on the plane because they don't want to do it the right way. That kills me. I hate that.
Wait, so what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Like when someone like fills out the paperwork to make it like a support animal, that whole concept is just like, ugh.
Like emotional support?
Oh my
animal?
God,
Yeah.
come on with that shit. Like that's 1% of all of those things that actually got documented as that might be accurate.
Right.
1%. The best thing I ever saw, it was actually at Lake, not Lake Arrowhead, the other lake, Tahoe. There was a restaurant that said, emotional support animals are not the same as like seeing eye dogs or whatever those other ones are. Like seeing eye dogs are welcome here. Emotional support pets qualify as no pets allowed.
Yeah.
We serve food here, you know? Like,
Right.
what the heck?
I worked in restaurants for years, and I would always have a problem with people bringing their dog in if it wasn't, if they weren't blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't want your dog in here. Like, I'm sorry, we're eating, and I know that you love your dog.
I was in the mall the other day, and this woman had her dog, and she just watched it piss in the middle of the street.
Oh my God.
In the middle of the like mall. Like it was fine. I like looked at her like, are we not gonna do anything about this? Like, what the hell?
Thought we lived in a society.
Yeah, thought maybe there was rules we should all abide by.
I see people bring their dogs into grocery stores a lot.
Yep.
What is that?
I don't know.
Get your fucking dog
I
out
don't
of
know.
here.
I want to just bring my emotional support swarm of bees.
Yeah.
Into a Whole Foods. Yeah, these are my bees.
These are my backup crows.
Yeah. My murder of crows.
Yeah, and they're just swarming around.
Yeah.
You have to no, but they're for emotional support. You don't understand. I was in the war. No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Bullshit.
Oh, I jumped the gun.
Oh no.
Stoner
That makes me laugh
thoughts.
every time.
Owning coastal property for the next 50 years is going to be one hell of a gamble.
Whoa.
So supposedly that coastline, allegedly, according to science,
Yeah, right.
the coastline is disappearing. It's changing.
Yeah, that's no secret. It's like LeBron James's hairline. That's
Pulling back.
It's inevitable. It's pulling back.
Pulling back.
It's eroding from the inside out.
That's scary. I didn't buy a house on the beach or anything like that. But if I did, I would, post it on Instagram and also be a preacher.
Right?
But like, that was something I had to think about in choosing a location when buying my house. It's like, well, what's the weather here going to be in 10 years?
Fires too. Like for me, it would be fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I experience that every time I drop my mixtape.
Ayo!
Hey!
Sorry about that fire.
Stoner thoughts.
Thinking that you're different than the average teenager is the mentality of the average teenager. Whoa. I love it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be myself like everyone else.
Right. You don't understand me, Dad. You don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah. Like you were never my age. I literally have said I didn't ask to be born, though. Because that is, when you think about it, that's a legit argument. Like, stop bitching about me as being a kid. Like, you're the one who wanted me.
Right.
Like, don't
I didn't
bitch
ask
about
for this.
I didn't ask for this. I had no hand in this.
And if I want to take my own life, you're going to try and stop me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in prison here.
Yeah. You guys were right, 17.
I'm going to go listen to Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, right.
Or I don't know what
Do you ever
teenagers listen to nowadays.
Do you ever watch F is for Family?
Yeah.
I love that show, and I think Justin Long's character is so funny as like the angsty teen. He's so funny as.
Oh yeah. Well, that's true. And when you're a teenager, you are very angsty, and you do feel like it's just you. Or it's like the girls on Instagram who post things and say, "I'm not like other girls." Sure, you're not.
Yeah.
Said every other girl.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I'm just like everyone else. That would be unique.
I'm just like everyone else.
Yeah.
Look at me conform.
Stoner thoughts.
Being an adult is having the money to buy the toys you wanted as a kid, but spending it on stuff like detergent.
Whoa. That's
It's not that profound,
That's
but
true.
But yeah, most adults, I don't think want to buy those kind of toys. I do. I got superhero action figures and stuff.
yeah.
That's my thing.
I would buy the GI Joe, but the GI Joe base is like worth like $500 or $600 now. I had that when I was a kid. It
Yeah,
was
did you have the aircraft carrier?
I did not have the aircraft carrier. I didn't get that.
Broke ass.
I know. I had the Rancor monster though.
I didn't have either of them. You had the what?
The Rancor monster from Return of the Jedi. The actual
Oh,
monster.
wow,
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. They would never sell that now. That thing had claws on it that you could easily like scrape your eye out. No problem. I remember that as a kid. It had these like Tyrannosaurus Rex claws. But yeah, that toy was baller, man. I feel like toys now aren't as good because there's so many of them now that there's no novelty behind you got to get this one,
Well, and they're competing with iPads,
Yeah.
which you're just never.
You're never going to win.
It's gonna be hard to make a toy that competes with an iPad, which is designed to keep a kid's attention.
I know. I've seen that in my niece and my nephews, like my nieces and my nephew. I've seen how they look at iPods. It reminds me of. It's funny that it's called an iPad or an iPod because when they look at them, they look like the podlings from the Dark Crystal. Like when they get their eyes, like the essence sucked out of them. That's what it looks like to me. Jim Henson, ahead of his time.
I wish someone would look at me the way your nephews look at iPods.
I know. Well, maybe that's a stoner thought.
Hey,
Stoner Thoughts.
phones are getting much smarter and thinner. People, not so much.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know. I have nothing to say about that one.
No, it's just true.
It's just true.
Not even a stoner thought. It's just
That's
a fact.
true. Facts.
Stoner Thoughts.
The average Joe lives a better lifestyle than that of a king in medieval times. Whoa. Also very, very true.
Say that again.
The average person today lives better than a king did in medieval times.
I don't have any servants.
Yeah, but you
I don't have a castle.
Yeah, but you shit indoors.
Yeah, but I want a servant. Though.
Mostly.
I
Sometimes.
want some servants. I want to be bathed.
Your royal penis is clean.
I know. I want a hawk. I feel like I would get. I don't have a hawk or a horse.
I don't think so. You could get a horse if you want. I don't think most of those guys had hawks. I don't even know if they had servants.
Falcons?
But you have reliable transportation. You don't have to worry about food. There's always food in your fridge.
Yeah, but I can't behead anyone.
Well, technically you could. You just might have to face the consequences.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'll give you that. I don't. Yeah, living in a cold, muddy, dank castle, like drinking honey mead, and just being stinky. Imagine the stink.
Yeah.
Imagine the level of stink that you would have, and not even as a king, but as like a common person. Just the level of poopy caca.
Well, okay.
all over you at any given time.
Imagine you're on night watch, right? And you're guarding the tower. You're on top of the tower. You're guarding the front, and it's your shift.
Yeah.
And you got to go to the bathroom. Are you going to walk all the way down the stairs, go out the front, and then go into the woods and pee? Or are you just going to piss right there off the side?
And piss is one thing. You just poop off the side?
I suppose, but they did that stuff all the time because they were just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm only going to live until I'm like 14.
Yeah, right.
So that's another argument that you have a better life. You have a much longer life.
You have a longer life. That's true.
Yeah.
People did die real young back then.
And when they had a feast, man, that was an event. You have a feast every night if you want.
I know. They didn't have a lot of food.
You
back
also do have servants too. You just have to go to a restaurant.
then. Servants!
and bring me food, and they'll bring it to you.
Yeah. Can you bring my servant, please? Yeah, we'd like some more bread.
You have a Postmates app.
All right.
Stoner Thoughts.
If you're lucky, your car will go its entire life without touching another car. Whoa.
Poor car.
All it wanted was some love.
Lonely. They don't call it fender bender, fender banger. I fender
God.
banged. I fender banged that Taurus last night.
But oh Jesus. No, your car shouldn't touch another car.
Hey,
There's
man,
a lot of things in your life that won't touch other things. Your couch will never touch another couch.
That's the difference. LA and for Chicago, like bumpers are for bumping, man. Like you just bump bumpers when you're parallel parking in Chicago. It's just part of life.
Part of the thing. That's
Yeah.
they do that in Europe too.
Yeah. You just bump. There's no like, hey, my car. But also, nobody has really fancy cars because the salt in the winter will just eat them alive. So it's not like you're gonna hit somebody's BMW. It's just like whatever the Infinity or whatever the hell you have. So I think bumpers are for bumping.
Well, maybe we're wrong. Maybe these cars are super lonely.
Yeah, could be.
That's why they're not running well. They would last a lot longer, get better gas mileage if you just get in a companion.
There's some pet companion. I do think we should coin the phrase fender bang.
Fender bang. See, but then it would be co-opted by humans who want to have sexual relations with cars, which I'm sure is a thing.
Dude, yeah. There's an SNL sketch about that where just you open up the gas tank and it's like a plastic vagina. It's a pretty funny sketch.
Where does that sketch go?
It was on SNL.
And then no, I know, but where does it?
Oh, I don't know. It was like a commercial for the car. It was like one of the commercial ads that they have.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Well, I know a lot of guys who are so in love with the idea of cars
Yeah.
that
They would-
that sketch is funny to me.
Yeah. Well, don't bring up
my car, bro.
Dude, where's my car? So I can fender bang it.
It's not gonna catch on, Lloyd.
It is fender bang.
Last one. Making eye contact with an in-store kiosk salesperson is like accidentally tapping a pop-up ad. Whoa.
I'm not sure I get that.
So if you are in the mall and they got those kiosks in the middle and you make eye contact with one of the salespeople,
Right.
it's the same thing as accidentally clicking on a pop-up ad.
Oh, right. You're like, oh, shit.
No,
God
damn it.
damn it.
No, they're coming over.
I don't want your little airplane. I don't want it. I don't want to have my eyebrows
No.
dental flossed off.
Don't spray perfume on me.
I
Don't.
know.
No, go away.
I think we're planning to go shopping tonight, and I'm already like thinking about how I'm gonna get the right amount of drinks in me and how much I can like get myself prepared to be at the mall during Christmas.
You have to drink before you
Oh,
shop.
dude, 100%, 100%. I can't go to the mall and shop and not have drinks in me.
What's the anxiety about?
It's not anxiety, it's anger. Like, I just don't, the lines and the people and the pushiness and the fact that you have to wait on everything. At least if I have a drink or two in me, I'm like sort of chatty. And I end up just chatting up people that I'm there with. Otherwise, because I'm sort of a very goal-oriented person, if I
Yeah.
go to the mall and I'm like straight up sober or whatever, I'm like, I'm trying to get done. I'm trying to get my stuff done. I know what I got to get. I don't enjoy the process, but.
And so you get grumpy if
Oh,
you have to wait in line.
Oh, God. Or like, yeah.
And how does Josie get?
Josie, I think, is a little bit more tolerant, but also not a huge fan either.
Okay.
So we sometimes will have a glass of wine or two, and then it's kind of fun.
Right, then
Then you
you're
have
drunk.
a little Chris Kringle on, and you go, and it makes me a little bit looser. So,
What about Amazon?
dude, here's what I like Amazon to an extent, but Amazon gift buying has gotten to the point where literally the only difference between me buying you a gift and you buying it for yourself is who clicks a link.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only difference. And it's so impersonal.
No, I love it. I'll cut out the middleman. Buy your own gift.
Yeah, exactly. Last night I did some of my shopping at a bar, drinking a glass of wine, like on my phone alone. I'm like, is this the spirit of Christmas right now? Just
It's
me
healthy.
drinking alone, buying gifts on my phone for people will never see me actually hand them to. So we'll
I
see.
hear Santa's moving in that direction.
I know. Bezos is going to buy out Santa Claus for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to what do they call that? Absorb Santa Claus Inc.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a merger.
Yeah.
Brother,
Whoa.
do you have? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this flat Earth thing because I
Yeah.
brought it up last week. I was doing a little bit of reading on it, and it was actually more interesting and entertaining than I had initially thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like
Now,
talking about the crazies.
we don't need to debunk it here because it's like astrology. It doesn't need to be debunked
Right.
over and over again because it's already been debunked. And it's obviously neither you or I believe it. But check this out. So flat earthers, give or take, and there are different sort of like sects or denominations on this kind of thing. But give or take, they believe the earth is not a globe. It's not a sphere. It is flat, like a pancake.
Okay. But a circle?
Yeah. And it is surrounded by an ice wall, like Game of Thrones,
Get out.
called the firmament. Yeah.
The firmament?
Right.
All right.
Which is why,
There's snow and shit up there.
and down there.
Right.
Right? So why there's snow on the North and South Pole, which is also why they say no one is allowed to colonize Antarctica. It's like treaties we have with the rest of the world. Like no one's claimed Antarctica, and they're not allowed to.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that real?
We have like worldwide treaties, worldwide agreements that no one colonizes Antarctica.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I don't know what that's about, but I think that's a pretty good practice.
Yeah.
What the hell are you going to do there anyway?
Yeah, I don't know.
Although I think that has come under contention lately with the whole global warming issue, because that could be prime real estate
right.
at some point.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why I decided not to colonize it, because if you colonized it there, you would have to heat it up and everything would melt that much faster and be terrible for the entire globe.
Oh, yeah. That's not a bad... I mean, I don't know if that's what they were thinking when they decided that.
No.
I think that was a long time ago, the 50s probably. So they believe that the sun and moon aren't really that far from the Earth. Maybe 4 miles.
What?
Okay?
4 miles?
Yeah. And...
But just tiny.
Right.
They're just
and
tiny.
so they don't orbit, they circle like a donut. And when you think you're going around the globe, you're really just doing a circle like a donut.
All right.
Okay? It's weird, like, and then it gets into all kinds of weird stuff. There's contention about whether or not there's a dome.
Like dome, like biosphere?
Yeah. Like, are we in a big snow globe? Some of them believe that how you would explain gravity is that all celestial bodies are floating upward, and the Earth is just floating upward at a pace faster than us, which is what's holding us down.
Okay.
I don't know where that comes in.
Like we're reverse falling?
So here's the crazy part. All that's saying, here's the crazy part.
Right.
The crazy part is that they believe NASA is this horrible government organization that knows better, knows that the Earth is flat,
They're hiding it.
and they're hiding it from the
Get
rest
at
of us. For what reason, I don't know. I guess to keep the world order, and the religions also know better, and they're hiding it from us. Like this vast worldwide conspiracy. One of the biggest conspiracies that I've ever heard of.
Yeah, everybody kept that secret.
100%.
All of them. And who are the main proponents of this? Who are the people? Who are like the most famous flat earthers? There's got to be like Emilio Estevez or something.
So B.O.B.
No,
Yeah.
not you, Bob.
B.O.B.
Not you,
is
Bob.
a flat earther.
Is he doing that just to get a rise out of people? No pun intended.
Well, he is a celestial being, so
Right.
we're all sort of rising. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to hear people's bullshit when they try and defend flat Earth.
Yeah.
Like, I did enough research into it because I found it very interesting
Yeah.
that people actually believe this. And conspiracy theories, I mean, flat Earth it's a fun one. It's a fun one to think about because it doesn't hurt anyone, and it's so absurd.
Yeah, it's like it didn't. I mean, who was the guy that made it? Galileo, right? That was the guy who came up with the fact that we're spinning around the sun rather than the other way around.
Yes.
And they
I believe
killed him
so.
for that shit.
Yeah, he was considered a heretic.
Yeah,
If I'm getting my history right with that. But
I think that's right.
yeah, but that was apparently around the time that religions, I guess, came together and started being like, yeah, we can't let people know that the Earth is flat.
It's so funny. Like you would just be able to walk. Like how, if we were falling up. Is that how they explain waves in the ocean?
I guess so. Yeah, and we don't know what's on the underside of the Earth.
Right. It's another Earth.
Oh my God!
It's 11. She's down there.
It's the upside down, right?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you go there, and it's a bizarre world, and everything's backwards.
Yeah, and everybody
there's-
just flies.
There's like a tall ray.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah,
It's so funny. How would it, like why would wind go side to side then?
I don't know. I didn't get into the explanation of wind
So dumb.
specifically. I mean, there's a million questions.
Yeah.
Also, all the pictures. So like 99% of the pictures of the globe Earth, if
Yeah.
you look on the internet, they're all composites. A lot of them are composites. They're not actual photographs from space. And they say the ones that are photographs from space are fake.
Yeah,
They're
no
fake
one ever
because
stood on the
NASA's
moon.
in on it.
Yeah,
NASA's out to
in
get
on
us.
it.
The big bad government. That's what I'm saying.
And they roped in Elon Musk, and now SpaceX agrees with it.
Right.
It's all in it.
He's in on
to
it.
get us.
That's the thing, man. All conspiracy theories, all roads lead to the big bad government's out to get us.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with thinking about being cautious about big government.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one thing. But to theorize that all these people can keep this secret together and that no one ever, like, defects is, like, so silly. But it's fun to talk about. I think all those, like, it would be fun if they came up with a conspiracy theory that actually was helpful. You know, like, they did something that was helpful. Like, oh man, all the trash on the side of the highway is actually gold.
I love that theory.
Yeah, I know. And then I would be so down with a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I would feed into that and let them believe that as long as they wanted.
No, but like any other conspiracy theory, is my whole problem with the idea of conspiracy theories. It's not that they aren't fun. It's that they prey on the mentally ill and the gullible.
Yeah.
And B, they all make these gigantic leaps in logic that I just can't get behind. It's one thing to say, hey, man, don't always trust the government. Don't always trust they lie about stuff. That's one thing, and that's true.
Yeah.
Government can lie and all that. So you leap from that. So therefore, the earth is flat.
Right?
Surrounded by an ice wall.
Yeah. Also, seahorses are your enemy.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Jews control the media.
Right. Yeah.
And the
thing is, it's like sometimes the conspiracy theories at least have a kernel of truth in them, you know?
Sure.
Like for me, one that I could get behind is JFK wasn't killed by one man.
Okay.
That to me is like, yeah, I've seen those tapes. I've seen that bullet. I've seen that shot. I've seen that guy. It doesn't make sense. And with all the stuff that was going on in politics with that at that point, yeah, I believe that was a conspiracy. But like the flat Earth is like out of nowhere. I guess they're just like, let's just harken back to a simpler time when we all thought it was Game of Thrones.
I know. I love it. I do hate conspiracy theories. I have a special internal struggle with them.
Oh, really?
I really do. Yeah, because the thing is, it's not just me. They're a big deal. Conspiracy theories that whole mentality is part of why, the fake news propaganda, Russia influencing the election stuff. That's why it works. That's why it tends to work, because it's gullible people just believing whatever.
Yeah. Or believing somebody that has a Lamborghini. And,
Well, making these giant leaps in logic.
Yeah.
I don't trust the government, therefore we never landed on the moon.
Yeah.
What?
Garbage.
Get out of here,
Garbage.
man.
Go back to Taco Bell where you work and give me some cinnamon twists.
Cinnamon twists are good. I can't lie.
They are good.
And it's such a big deal that even, YouTube and some of these platforms are taking steps to like quash that down, because it's all part of fake news.
You know what? The and I predicted this. The thing that's bad about YouTube censoring stuff is that new platforms are popping up that are like alt-right network and stuff like that, and one of them's going to catch on, and then all of a sudden we're going to have the whatever alt-right of YouTube out there, and that's coming. That's coming, because I see it. I see ads for it already. Like when we do this show and I look up these things that we're going to talk about. Now that goes into my algorithm, and now I'm getting ads for like all these crazy things on my YouTube stream. And I see ads there's just like straight up propaganda ads that are like political ads that are trying to say why certain things are bad and why liberalness is bad and all that stuff. And it's ads for these alt-right YouTubes it's coming.
You think so?
Yeah.
That would be interesting, like just politically sectioned off
platforms.
Yeah, platforms.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I think that's going to be.
Apparently, that's part of the problem. Part of what YouTube's under fire for right now is their recommendation algorithm it's so good it'll recommend whatever the user wants and is interested in. So if you watch a moon landing video, fake moon landing video, and you watch through the whole thing, YouTube picks up on that as, oh, Lloyd liked this video. I'm going to recommend to him
Yeah.
4 other moon landing videos.
Yeah.
So suddenly you're in this bubble of the same type of video, and you're hearing all of these different voices saying the same thing.
Yeah, you're in an echo chamber.
You're in an echo chamber, and now it starts to feel like fact. Oh, we never landed on the moon?
Yeah.
All these people are saying it.
Yeah.
In fact, I haven't seen a single video of anyone debunking it.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch the news anymore, because every channel is its own thing. There's not like and that's why I love podcasts, because it's an open form of conversation, you know?
Yeah.
Because my whole algorithm right now is all speed cleaning.
Speed cleaning. I bet we logged off last week and you were like, speed cleaning.
I like to dust.
And now it's all in your algorithm. Hey, baby, you should learn how to clean like these ladies.
Right? We're going to fluff this pillow. Ew.
Oh, with the fluffing jokes.
What the fluff?
What the
Mother fluffer.
son of a... Okay,
All right.
let's talk about the dark side of TikTok, this
Yeah.
app.
All right.
So you know this TikTok app, it was...
Musically.
Yeah, it was like Musical.ly got bought out by this Chinese company. I didn't write down their name, but they merged the 2 apps and all the users into what is now TikTok.
Yeah.
I've never used TikTok. I did check out Musical.ly. Someone recommended it to me, and I checked it out and wasn't really into it. I'm not that old, but I'm like 30 years too old for that.
Yeah.
That
It's a
demographic.
it's a toy.
It's a lot of lip syncing, like
yeah.
15-second videos.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, but yeah, definitely not creating high art on Musical.ly.
Not like the high art that is Kings of Influence.
Oh yeah, Kings of Influence.
So apparently this app attracts a lot of kids under like 10 and a lot of dudes over 40. And what this has created and what they're under fire for right now is they have this big child predator problem
I believe it, man.
where these guys, because they have a feature called Duet, I guess, and it allows you to do a certain video with another user, sort of long distance.
Right.
And a lot of people like that feature. And so it makes it so that kids and older, usually gentlemen, are connecting.
That's not a gentleman. That's a creeper. That is not a gentleman.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? One of the nicest guys I met
was a
pedophile.
Straight up creeper.
So,
This
yeah.
this
and-
mic cord looks like it's a creeper in this camera.
exactly. What is that?
Hey.
And so,
hey,
yeah,
kid.
this is a big issue apparently, because the app, it's like the most downloaded app
Is it
in
really?
the App Store
Yeah.
recently, and it's super popular in China. And China's got a few people there.
Yeah, just a couple. I
billion.
think that like anytime you do an app that's popular in that demographic, you have a large responsibility to keep those people safe.
Well, they're trying. They apparently went from I guess they have 6,000 moderators monitoring, and they bumped, because of this, they bumped it up to 10,000.
Well, how many users do they have? 10,000 users.
Millions, hundreds of millions.
So
at this point.
10,000 moderators for millions of users? That doesn't seem like, how many adults should there be for every kid on the playground? Like 2?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, why that digital, like that's where these crimes are being committed, you know? That's where this happens. It should be, if they're combing YouTube for words like Adderall and then demonetizing things, it should be very easy to like track these conversations. I don't think that adults should have too much access to children on these apps. You know what I mean? I think there should be some sort of, you know what I mean?
Well,
Under this age.
Well, that's the problem with having an app that caters to kids.
Yeah.
Is that there's no age maximum. You got a lot of adults on there who are like, yeah, I want to make a lip syncing video with a kid.
Yeah, and so what happens? Is it like that, like chat roulette, where you just get a person, all of a sudden he's got his dick whipped out or something like that, or is it somebody else
My
who's
bad.
even worse? Yeah, right. Is it worse where they're sort of luring these children into doing things by offering whatever?
One of their top users was recently kicked off the app. I heard he was arrested too. I don't know if that's true. His name was something Buddy, Your Buddy or something like that.
Already fishy.
Yeah, right? Your Buddy or something like that. I'm getting his name wrong. But it was this guy who was accused of like trying to solicit pictures from girls and saying creepy things to all these underage girls, and he was like kicked off the app.
I mean, you should be arrested, right? Like, that's a crime.
I mean, I
you're
guess
trying- if
he
you're in
may
a-
have been. I don't know.
Yeah, that old show To Catch a Predator was so scary because they caught the same guy like 3 times.
They did?
Yeah, like or at least yeah.
With
There's
the
a
same individual.
same guy. They caught the same. They tried to catch him. Like they set him up twice. You know what I mean? But like yeah, same guy. It's like it's a thing for people. Like
So how did he get away the first time? So what was it? They get off by entrapment?
I don't know, or he did his time or something, you know, or I don't think that. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. If you want, maybe look that up, Infozak. To Catch a Predator, it's like the guy gets hit twice or something.
You sum it up in like one sentence.
Yeah, right. Entrapment, I think that there is the risk of losing a legitimate criminal because of entrapment on a show like that, where it's like, hey, man, you set up all this stuff for me to fall into this trap. But
Right.
my point is that people are repeat offenders with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yucks. Yucks.
And so you think TikTok should take what they should put 50,000
Yeah, I think they should.
moderators.
Yes. I mean, they're obviously making money. They're obviously a profitable company at some point. They have the responsibility to be like, I don't in charge of making sure that these kids don't get hurt or, you know, like if
Yeah.
you can track words, it should be easy. If Siri is listening to everything we say all the time, there should be like a, like penis recognition of like, anytime you see a penis, they're like, hey, flag, you know, like, or whatever the hell. So that this doesn't become worse than it is.
So if Siri's listening to us all the time.
Like Siri can hear all the words we say, you know, or like Alexa or whatever. Like it's not, it doesn't start listening when you say, hey Alexa or hey Siri. Like it has to be listening all the time for it to recognize when you say that.
I mean,
It just only activates when you say. After you say that.
you might be stretching the definition of the word listen. What the hell?
See? That's freaking my phone, dude. That I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. So if they can recognize words, I got the chills from that right now. If they can recognize words like that, they should be able to recognize dangerous situations, you know, body parts and things like that.
Well, that's one of the criticisms, you know, in all of this like Russia propaganda, fake news fallout. One of the criticisms against the platforms is like, hey, you guys you make a software that serves incredible ads that are so targeted. Something I searched for months ago that I need now that suddenly shows up. You guys are really, really good at that, but you can't filter out propaganda videos. You can't filter out, you know, some of this Nazi stuff. You can't filter out any of that.
Damn Skippy.
You can't protect the kids.
When it comes to making money, you're great at that.
Yeah.
Done a lot of R&D.
Leading the world in that.
Yeah. Let's try to do something that helps this kid not get like lured away from his family and sold to a third world country. That seems like a reasonable ask.
Yeah, and I don't know what the standards are in China for that kind of stuff. If in the U.S. they would be talking to Congress right now.
Yeah.
Did you have something, Zach?
Yeah, so the TikTok username is the Bud Day, like Bud Day.
The
That's
Buddy.
guy. Yeah,
Okay.
The Buddy.
Bud
Buddy.
Day. Still
and so,
creeper.
Yeah, he's been soliciting children apparently, which is gross. And then the Catch a Predator guy was John Kennelly was busted within 24 hours twice.
Twice.
Within
I wonder why they let him go the first time.
because they're not police.
Yeah.
Like they're just private citizens. You can't arrest someone, I assume.
Right. But I would think they would have cops on the show to, you know, like come in like cops, like the
Yeah.
show cops. Yeah.
That I don't know.
24
Or he may have been
hours.
arrested and let go.
Right. Because of whatever
Well, while they like review the,
case.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
I guess.
I mean, that guy's insane. He's
Yeah.
just insane. That's a hell of a thing to talk about on Christmas.
I
right?
know. What the hell? I should have picked a different topic, huh?
I know, right? It's all right.
Well, do we want to crown a king?
Yeah, let's crown the king.
Okay.
It's time to crown a king. Every week here at the Kings of Influence, we crown a king who is the king of our internet topics and also a jester who is the straight up loser. And for this episode, I do have a special jester hat.
Okay. Let's do it. There we go.
It's still got the tag on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's people know it's authentic.
Right. So who's
right.
your king?
So this week we have Lily Singh. We have a gender-neutral Santa Claus.
Yep.
We have the preacher who bought his wife a $200,000 Lamborghini. We have flat earthers, and then we have TIk Tok.
TikTok.
And apparently the child predator problem it has. So I'm gonna give the king in a very Christmas spirity way to Saint Nicholas
Yeah, very cool.
for being a badass back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'll give the jester, a lot of jesters this week. I'm gonna give the jester to flat earthers.
Yeah, get them.
You flat earthers are the reason why there are do not drink this directions on shampoo bottles.
Yes, and ingredients on water bottles.
Yeah. God.
All right, who am I going to give it to? I'm going to give it to. Read me the topics one more time.
All right, we got Lily Singh.
Yeah.
We got a gender-neutral Santa Claus.
Yeah.
We got the preacher who bought his wife a badass car.
Yeah.
We got the flat earthers. And
Yeah.
then we've got TikTok
Yeah.
and all the child predators.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the king, or I'll say the queen, to my girl Lilly Singh for not giving too much about the haters, and in support of her, I'm giving her the queen.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give the jester just so it's just because it's so easy to point to how baffling his behavior is to this preacher who buys a Lamborghini off of faith money. Bad. Faith money. Bad. No Lamborghini. Bad preacher. Bad.
He's still defending it.
I know.
You have to go look that up later.
I'll have to look at it.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, so there it is.
Good.
There's your winners and your losers.
Well, so this has been a good Christmas episode.
It has, and we're going to be back on the day after Christmas on the 26th as
Yep.
well. We're here every
We'll be-
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Rain or sleet or snow or nuclear war.
And what if they want to get a text?
You get a text. If you want to get a text about when we're going to do our show, we'll text you right before it. Text the word Kings to 43506. And we'll send you a text right before the show. We won't send you anything. We won't be targeting you for ads or anything like that. You just get one text that says, hey, we're about to go live, because we know YouTube is a big place. You don't always get notifications. But if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that bell, and that will send you a little notification about when we're going on and when we upload videos, so you can take a look and like and subscribe to the channel, which
That's
is
right.
Kings of Influence. My sales pitch.
That was good.
It's a soft pitch.
I'm into it. You should consider changing careers.
Soft pitch. Well, thanks, guys, for watching. We're here every week. My name's TIk Lloyd,
I'm Ray William Johnson.
and we are back next week. Bye.
Stick around for the chat.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, hey,
Ha.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, I have to.